What is up, everybody? So, short little ride today, but the destination is going to be amazing. Hang out! We're going to go check out the Dixe Belle. But first, we got to get this done. So real quick story time, guys, because honestly it is not a long ride to where we're going. When I first moved to Havasu and I was traveling all the streets and trying to figure out where went what and what went where, I stumbled across this one road, and as I was driving down it, I came across this big empty lot, and in this lot was the biggest paddle boat I had ever seen in my life, and I thought it was just so cool. Well, time had passed and I had forgotten about it, and then there was an article in the newspaper talking about the Dixe Belle and how a gentleman named Keith Fernung, I don't know, I probably totally butchered that, sorry Keith, because I know he's going to watch this, had purchased the boat because the U.S. Coast Guard had actually declared it unsafe for water and has since been restoring it, and as far as I know right now it is seaworthy. He's just waiting for a dock. Seaworthy, I mean lake worthy, and he's just waiting for a dock, and the Dixe Belle, she'll be back out on the lake taking people around and giving her some history. So I actually looked up Keith on Facebook, found him, wrote him a letter saying, hey, I have been in love with your boat since the day I saw it. Is there any way I could come out and, do something with you? And he wrote me back and he's like, yeah, I'd love to. So we're going to go check that out. I'm excited. If I could just remember what street it was on. I know it was up here somewhere. All right, Dixe Belle, where are you? Where are you, Dixie? There she is. That must be the man up there. We're out here with Keith Fernung, and he's going to show me around the Dixe Belle. You know any history about it?
All I know is that it's built in '83, and the London Bridge. Well, someone else owned it. I forget his name off the top of my head. I believe Todd Miller, if I remember right. I could be wrong. He's still local to Havasu, I believe. And then the London Bridge Resort has owned it since I bought it. I bought it from them about 7 years ago or so. We've got it completely, almost ready to launch back in the water. Coast Guard has approved it. They've gone through and approved our hull, approved all our tanks, approved most of our electrical, and we're kind of just waiting for a dock, and then we're going to launch, and then get it back up for Havasu, because Havasu needs this boat in the water for sure.
Yeah, actually, I've told a lot of people about what I'm doing today, and everybody said, I can't wait till it gets back out on the lake. It was before my time in Havasu.
Yeah.
So I never.
So you've never been on it. Yeah.
This is my first time. This is kind of a maiden voyage for me.
Those stairs needs the most work still. Stripper poles are actually for support. But you never know.
Right? I thought you were trying to turn this into a family thing there, Keith.
We've already repainted all down here. All new air conditions. Actually, before the lower deck had zero AC or heat. Now we've got one there and one there.
Oh,
and it had zero. So that's a big improvement. What it used to do is see that vent up there? That's just a vent to the top. They just tried to force AC down into here.
Oh, wow.
Did not work very well.
And what was this little area? Like a little stage? Yeah.
Yeah, we're keeping that. We're going to set it back up as a stage.
That's cool.
You can do, for wedding parties and stuff, they get up there and talk, or DJs, or whatever you're going to do.
And that was the number one thing too that I heard a lot of people say was, "Oh, we got married on that boat."
Yep, a lot of people.
We got married on that
Still
boat.
want to get married. This is kind of cool. The door, original doors with all the markings and stuff.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And that sign right there is actually a replica, painting of a sign from a bar that used to be in Lake Havasu, at the Nautical, called the Bosun's Locker. I have that sign.
Oh yeah.
It's sitting in my store. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a lot of history right there, just on one door.
Yeah, it's kind of blocked in. We gotta stop so it won't spin, but it spins freely.
That's cool. Now, what are the big Honda motors for if it's a paddle boat?
They're what move it. That's cosmetic.
Oh, just cosmetic. Okay.
Yeah, so the paddle wheel, what actually happens, see that big piece of aluminum down there?
Uh-huh.
It hides these engines.
Oh, okay.
So you don't see the engines. But the paddle wheel just spins freely on wheel bearings. So just as the boat moves, the
And it
paddle
skips
spins
the water.
from the water. So it's in the water, but it just... Someone at least one time had put a big brake system on it, so to help stop the boat, you push the brake, the paddle would stop, because then it's dead weight in the water. But it just spins freely. These little four-strokes get hidden under it, so you don't know they're back there, but it's actually just two Hondas running around.
That's cool.
Yeah.
A little bit of insight for you guys.
These windows actually have those little carvings in them. And it's cool because over the years, some of them have been signed by captains. This front door has all those carvings too. Upstairs, we did the same thing with air conditioning. It did have a unit on the roof. We switched it to these mini splits, so it's got 2 units as well.
Mm-hmm.
Heat and cooling.
And this is where your bar is going to be?
This is going to be the full bar. Yep.
Nice.
And it's, like I said, it's plumbed in. All the soda machines are down in one of those closets we walked by. They're pumped up to here. This was my spot as a kid.
Yeah?
I used to stay right here all the time when I was young, but it'd be underway and I used to just go out in the water.
That's so cool.
I don't know if you saw, our steering wheel was stolen at one point.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, about 4 years ago. We got a new one being made. It's not a huge deal, it's just annoying. Somebody took it.
These like original switches?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
A lot of that's going to get all remodeled too when the electrical gets finished. Sometimes we just come up here and hang out because of the view.
You do have a nice view up here.
To make the smokestacks go, they used to actually put little fires in these.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine getting away with putting a fire on a wooden boat nowadays?
Right. That's so
but
cool.
you can even see the fire still. You know. This one.
Yeah. Still ashes in
There's a
there.
little bit of wood in that one. Burnt wood.
That's crazy. So there would have to be somebody up here feeding that fire for just aesthetics.
Yeah, probably the captain. Maybe,
Oh, yeah.
maybe. I guess he wouldn't want to leave the wheel, no? I guess somebody would have to, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that. The tank's new. That's the fuel one. There's the brand new generator down there. Never even fired up yet.
Oh, wow. Now, at the risk of sounding stupid, how'd you get that big ass tank in there?
This whole thing comes up.
Oh, okay.
See that?
Keith, thanks for letting me come out.
No problem.
Crawl
Glad to have
over
you.
your boat.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Gives me an excuse to get out here and see it.
Definitely. So I feel a little bit more accomplished now living in Havasu that I have finally been on the Dixe Belle.
Yeah. And there's some people that haven't that have lived here a long time.
Yeah, that's cool.
So how about that, guys? A little piece of Lake Havasu City history for you. Thank you, Keith, for letting me do that. That was awesome. And what a nice guy Keith was, man. You know, to be sitting at home one day and to get a Facebook message from a complete stranger saying, hey, let me get on your boat and shoot a YouTube vlog. And he was like, yeah, okay, well, let's meet up this Wednesday. That was awesome, Keith. Thank you once again for letting me do that. And you heard him, guys. It is lake-worthy. It is ready to set sail. The only problem is he doesn't have a dock, but he does have a meeting with some individuals this week to hopefully get a dock, and he says if all goes well there, we could see that thing out there on Lake Havasu within the next 3 months. And let me tell you what, he said to get it back to the lake would be a feat, and he's going to invite us along to come check that out when that happens. So I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to ride on it when it's on the lake. I can't wait to, you know, take part of the history and hang out with many people and listen to the stories that they have to tell of when they were children and riding that boat. So, anyways, guys, if you like that and you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. If you know anybody who might enjoy that, hit the share. And if you liked it, hit the like button. I appreciate that. And if you have any questions about the Dixe Belle, I'm sure I could relay them to Keith. So go ahead and leave a comment and I will get back with you on that. Anyways, guys, until next week, take care of yourself.
Cool little story. My mother-in-law gave me a picture of my wife when she was about 8, standing right about here on this deck on the water on the Dixe Belle.